He hated his race. If they knew the reasons, they would surely label him insane. That's why he couldn't tell anyone. Otherwise, they would lock him up somewhere. Under the guise of treatment, they would first make him admit he was crazy, and then throw him among the truly insane. There were hundreds of reasons for him to hate his race, but the main reason was that his race was the enemy of all life in the galaxy. As an omnivorous race, the only thing they did was to find new life forms in the galaxy and consume them. They had devoured every animal, plant, and anything else on their own worlds. In the meantime, after consuming each other for a while, they somehow managed space travel and continued to find and consume all the worlds with life throughout the galaxy, starting from nearby solar systems. As soon as they found life outside their planet, they canceled all birth control programs, resulting in a population explosion. To feed their ever-hungry stomachs, they established food colonies on the discovered planets, collecting and sending back anything edible, animals, plants, whatever they could find, to their home planet. He was stationed at one of these colonies. His job was to test everything brought to him, calculating the nutritional value of anything edible and adding it to the catalog. That's why he hated himself too. For example, the cute bird-like creature he had just labeled as having high nutritional value would soon be consumed throughout the galaxy. Millions of them would have their heads chopped off, feathers cleaned, skin peeled, and every edible part consumed, their meat, bones, internal organs, and then chemicals produced from what remained. All because he labeled that creature as edible. This thought was driving him mad. The worst part was that he had to eat too. At least he only ate one meal a day, and since he only consumed plants, he felt a bit relieved inside. But this situation became a subject of ridicule among others. That's why he had started to eat his meals alone lately, and his hatred continued to grow. The savagery of his race's way of life had become unbearable. He had to stop it, somehow prevent it. He wanted to do something, but what could he do? He was just one person against billions, a mere grain of sand in the ocean. Could his power alone save the life on hundreds of planets from his own race? Despite everything, he was being realistic. He couldn't save every planet, but the one they were currently on. Yes, he could do that. He had arrived here just a few days ago, and not enough life forms had been discovered to give a positive report. He could save this cute little planet. All he needed was a good plan. A good and simple plan. Like blowing up the main ship. Having made his decision, he felt relieved. But he couldn't waste time. He had to implement this plan before the report was sent. That way, nobody would know what happened to this ship, and nobody would come to this planet. There were quite a few ships lost in space. His own ship could be counted among the lost ones. Deciding that the best time to execute his plan would be during dinner when most of the crew would be together, he impatiently waited for the evening. An hour before dinner, he went to the ship's arsenal. Like every crew member, he had a standard-issue GB-33X model ray gun, and luckily, it was maintenance day, just as he planned. After chatting with the arsenal guard for a while, he asked for his gun, saying he needed to do maintenance. This was an entirely normal request, so the guard didn't suspect anything. When the guard turned to open the door, he swiftly hit him on the head with a heavy wrench. The bomb he was looking for was plenty in the arsenal. Taking a few, he placed them around the ship without anyone noticing, and then it would be as simple as pressing a button to blow up the ship and everyone on it. The best place to plant the last bomb was under the mess hall. He had placed the other bombs without anyone noticing and set up remote detonators. Setting the last bomb in place, he calmly went back up to the mess hall. He joined the line for dinner with everyone else. When it was his turn, he calmly took his food and sat at a table. The trays were piled high with various animals and plants, fried, skewered, cooked, and smothered in sauces, and the sight was disgusting. Others were talking about how delicious everything was and how lucky they were to have found a planet filled with such delicious things, while munching away. He turned away from all this savagery in disgust. He took the detonator in his hand. He would take a deep breath, press the button, and then everything would be over. One world would be saved. He took a deep breath. He pressed the button, and he was knocked unconscious by the blow to his head. "Good morning, Sergeant Darius. How's your head?" "Good morning, Commander." "Thank you, it still hurts, but the doctor said I'll live for a few more years." "Jokes aside, you got off cheap." "We all did, thanks to you." "Well, it's luck. If I hadn't lost my mind from anger. As soon as I woke up in the arsenal, I grabbed the wrench and ran after him. Unfortunately, because of that anger, you'll have to face a military court. But don't worry. You stole 5 bombs from the arsenal and stopped a man trying to blow up the ship. You saved the colony. So, instead of punishment, you'll probably receive a medal, Sergeant." "I hope so, Commander." "And what about that lunatic?" "Well, it's clear he's gone mad. It's a shame. For now, we've locked him up. He keeps shouting about devouring the whole galaxy. We're sending back what we collected from this planet with the first cargo ship that comes, and him, well, they'll probably lock him up in the G Mental Hospital." Hello, friends. Today, on this channel, we shared a very intriguing story, and I hope you enjoyed it. Our story delves into the internal conflicts of a character and the difficult decisions they face. While questioning humanity's relationship with nature and other species, it also prompts us to contemplate the value of life and the impact an individual can make. The internal struggles of the main character and the decision they ultimately make invite us on a journey of thought and empathy. This story clearly demonstrates the complexity of human nature and the challenging choices we face in our world today. Remember, each of us has the power to make a difference, even on our own. Perhaps even the smallest of actions can lead to significant change. This story reminds us that it's important to take action and strive for goodness, even when we're alone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And be sure to turn on notifications to stay updated on new content. I also look forward to hearing your comments and thoughts, so don't hesitate to share your thoughts on this story. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a day filled with kindness.